Hello, welcome back. Felix here today on Storm Clearer. We're going to be looking at a major storm coming for the UK. It is going to be a beast. We've got a lot of storms coming, but there's a absolutely crazy one coming. It's so big, very, very powerful, and the entirety of the UK will be covered in 70, 75-mile-an-hour winds, quite literally. That is, like, absolutely insane. We had one of these storms last year. It killed so many people, like literally so many people died. So we'll be taking a quick look. So we've got these two high pressure systems warming up the ocean as we speak. We are going to pretty much skip forward all of this, I believe. Skip through to Friday. Some yellow wind warnings. This area here, winds up to 60 miles an hour. I don't believe it gets too crazy. Maybe some 70s. So then we'll just go amber weather warning for this area. You can't see the timings at the bottom of the screen, can you? That's all day Friday, and then the amber from like 6 p.m. Friday. See when this one finishes. It stays around for a while. Amber finishes at midday Saturday. That's the 16th of November 2024. And we'll keep the yellow in forecast until about 6 a.m. Sunday the 17th. I'm pretty sure that is all of the... Oh no, we've got another storm coming. Oh no, this is the big one. Right, look at that. That is our storm, which is potentially going to be incredibly deadly. Now, if we look at how it forms, it's this system here, and it basically just forms pretty much from nothing. You can see it rapidly deepens. You see in just 9 hours, in 12 hours, we go from 996 to 985. If it goes down 24, that's classed as rapid. Is it depressurization? Rapid intensification is it when it goes up, I believe, 25 miles an hour or more, or 35 miles an hour or more. Is it 24, 28, something like that? Well, this storm just absolutely explodes. So at 3 a.m, you're talking winds of around 55 miles an hour. By 6 p.m, we're talking winds of 100 miles an hour. So it well and truly just explodes. We're going to look at the wind. So this is Monday the 18th. I'm just trying to get a good example. I think that gets the majority. Actually, it's not. I'm just trying to get the whole thing in. That's pretty good. Right. So our first weather warnings will be issued. Let's just see. This is all Monday the 18th at the moment. The first yellow weather warnings will be issued for this portion of the UK from midday Monday for yellow wind. By midnight, the entirety of the UK is under a yellow wind warning, with this region now entering an amber wind warning. It's basically the coastal areas, and that's at midnight Thursday. So, 9 p.m. Monday, sorry. What? Oh, I've gone a day forward, sorry. And that is 9 p.m. Monday, the 18th of November. In 3 hours, it continues to explode. And now we're experiencing very strong winds of up to 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, quite widely now. So anything in this region and pretty much all of that will be under an amber wind warning for winds of up to 90 miles an hour in the most exposed areas. By 3 a.m. Tuesday, the 19th, this storm is just still just going for it. We've got 78 miles an hour in the middle of Cornwall, 70 in the middle of Devon. We've got 80. We've got another 80. We've got near enough 80 again. So we're issuing widespread amber wind warnings for this area. And then by 6 a.m. Tuesday, there is just no point issuing an amber for just certain areas. So everywhere from here and all of that will be under an amber wind warning. So the weather warning slowly progresses. We will continue the yellow weather warning in forecast for these areas because this storm doesn't move on very quickly. You can see widespread 70 miles an hour across the majority of the UK, and that storm, throughout the English Channel is potentially going to reach 90 miles an hour, potentially going to reach 100 miles an hour up there, 85 miles an hour there. So it's clearly a major storm. That storm then just continues to explode as it enters the North Sea. Still got those amber and yellow wind warnings in force. Nothing has changed. However, there is a slight possibility, well, it's unconfirmed, we may be issuing a couple reds. That's a certain thing. Give me a second. Here we are. We may be issuing a red weather warning in this area here, as winds are going to be up to around 90 miles an hour, and I think we might actually just have to do a red weather warning for wind in this area here from 3 a.m. Tuesday. That is for winds of up to 90 to potentially 100 miles an hour. That will finish at midday, and also that will go back to your amber. We've then got to look at other areas, so I don't think we're going to need any sort of severe weather warning here. Well, there may need to be a red issued here, but it doesn't reach 90 like it does at Liverpool. So potentially we could get away with leaving that at an amber, but be aware that this area could also, we could have a red weather warning like in here from like 3 a.m. to midday. From 6 a.m. Tuesday, November 19th, at about 6 a.m. we're going to issue I don't think it's quite necessary for a red. It doesn't reach that 90 mile an hour threshold. It's close. It is really close. 80 to 90, bang there. We are going to issue a red weather warning up here though. 102 mile an hour coastal winds. A red weather warning in force from 6 a.m. I know we have to push it back even further. From 6 a.m. Tuesday, November 19th, a red weather warning for this area here of coastline. Zoom in a little bit. So this area of coastline here for winds up to 100, and see how high these winds are going to get. Got 99 there, 102. Just taking a broad reading. 103, 102, winds up to 105 miles an hour, and then at midday we're going to extend that red weather warning right down here. The red weather warning will engulf all of that area for winds of up to 110 miles an hour along these coastal areas. Mainland Europe will also have to issue some red weather warnings. You can see we've got winds up of, some pretty strong gusts. I think we might get away with keeping that at amber. I mean, we could reach 80 miles an hour here, and because of all the skyscrapers, that is quite bad. So to be fair, we might actually just issue the red for this area here. And that will be from midday, still Tuesday, November 19th, until, and then at 6 p.m. we'll just shrink it down to this area here. And then at midnight, going into Wednesday the 20th, we can put that back down to an amber. And then, apart from, this is quite a lot of weather to cover. Just look at that. Just look at that storm. It's bordering on pretty bad. You don't generally see areas this, you don't see storms cover this much of an area of 70, 75 mile an hour winds. There won't be any reds up until about here for this area, just because these winds up to 70, 80 mile an hour. They are bordering, because of the amount of rain we've also got in this storm, you know, it's bordering on that red warning level. Time of day, rush hour as well, 9 a.m. Schools and businesses, you know, getting ready for the day, traveling. So we'll be expecting some catastrophic disruption, whether that's lots of crashes, trees down, flooding, power cuts. There's going to be a lot of damage. Time of year, this is the first proper widespread storm, unlike Isha, I believe it was, which was the one we experienced last year, earlier this year, actually, January. That was a really major storm that covered the majority of the UK. Because of how early this one is, there's still a lot of trees with leaves. They are just going to come down. You know, we've got, it's a northerly wind direction, which is a big concern, because that's not good. That is not good. You don't usually get storms from this powerful with a northerly inflow. It's usually, they come from the southwest, not the northwest. So they're bringing down northerly winds. That's going to catch a lot of trees off guard, a lot of structures off guard. You know, trees are used to the storms coming mostly from the southwest, maybe the west. This storm defies that. It comes from the north, northwest, northeast. So that's going to cause some significant disruption. During the peak of the storm, it comes from the northwest. That's not good. You know, 100 and something mile an hour winds coming from the north. That's not good. Basically, as soon as that main bit of the storm finishes, we then drop off the amber weather warnings, apart from for this coastal area here, and this area here, and here. And those, everything else is under yellow. And then pretty much all weather warnings are finished then, apart from a yellow wind warning up here, a yellow wind warning here, a amber wind warning in here, amber wind warning just on the coastline up there. And then we do have to reintroduce a yellow wind warning. So then just downgrade it to yellow here. That's at 6 a.m. The one I was talking about previously was 3 a.m. That's Wednesday the 20th. And then at 6 a.m. Wednesday, we issue a fresh yellow wind warning for this area here. And obviously we have got that amber in force for these areas just here as well. At 9 a.m. Still under yellow. There's potential for it to have to be upgraded because of the damage that was sustained the day before. 60 mile an hour winds, which is usually borderline amber yellow. There's a lot of rain, which means they'll probably be doing amber, but due to the damage, and especially the areas that have been hit, Cornwall poor, the council, you know, to be fair, the southwest as a whole isn't exactly very wealthy. Devon, Cornwall, where the storm's hitting, some areas are still recovering from Storm Cian a year ago. So yeah, probably just going to amber it. We're probably just going to give an amber for this area here, just to be on the safe side, because that's the area which gets pummeled quite badly by the storm. And then we finish the ambers at 3 p.m. and then all yellow weather warnings are done and dusted for this area, even though we've still got 45 mile an hour winds, which you could argue is yellow warning worthy. We end them all at midnight going into Thursday, the 21st of November. Now, whilst that was all going on, we have got another a band of stormy weather coming in. So let me just try and track it. Yellow wind warning up here for winds up to 65 miles an hour. Then at 9 a.m. This is Wednesday, 20th November. At 9 a.m. we have that under a yellow weather warning, and then that weather warning kind of just creeps down the coastline throughout the day. So at 3 p.m. same day, and 6 p.m. it creeps down a bit more, and then obviously if it ends up there. and then it creeps down a bit more at 9 p.m. So, we're just covering the coastline, because obviously those winds will make some big waves. At midnight going into Thursday the 21st, we do actually extend it back up again just because of a strengthening intake. And then at 6 a.m. it should be alright, but we just need to keep an eye on this storm. But we obviously do have that, and a yellow weather warning up there, still in force for those islands, I should have said. And then at 3 p.m, that's quite a change, isn't it? 3 hours. And then at 3 p.m, Thursday, the 21st of November, 2024, that storm system is out of the way. But for how long do we get peaceful weather? Not long at all, I believe. So I say. There we are. This isn't a powerful one by any means, but still winds up to 60 miles an hour. So you may see some yellows get introduced on the coastal areas here for winds up to 60 miles an hour, more likely to be around 50. I probably will just issue this. This is Monday the 25th of November 2024 at midnight. Well, probably 9 p.m. the 24th Sunday of November. But potentially we're going to see some yellows issued for the winds. I can definitely say they'll be getting some yellow wind warnings here. That'll be from 3 a.m. Monday the 25th of November. Definitely some yellow wind warnings. Just don't know exactly when the timing is going to start. And then you can see how quickly the storm intensifies. And then at 6 a.m. we've got to issue an amber again for up here, just for winds up to 70 miles an hour. And then at 9 a.m. we have to issue an amber for here, and we've still got that one in forecast up there. And there was a little pocket of windy weather there, so potentially a little bit in there too. And then we finish all of the weather warnings about 6 p.m. that same day. And then I believe we get another storm come in. We do, but the intake is just offland coastal areas, 50 mile an hour, so potentially looking at a yellow weather warning up there. But nothing crazy. But I mean, it's borderline 55, potential reaching 60, so you could see a yellow weather warning for wind in there. And then we've got another storm system starting to arrive. This is the 27th, of Wednesday the 27th of November 2024. That's at midnight. This is at 3 a.m, so yellow weather warnings for wind in this area from 3 a.m, just to cover all bases and that doesn't really last much at all. It's till like 9 a.m, so we probably won't even bother issuing it, to be fair. However, this one will be getting warned because 60 miles an hour over mainland is not good. It is fast moving, but it is during rush hour again, so we will be warning it. So from midday, we'll be issuing a yellow wind warning for probably this area here, to be fair. And then at 3 p.m, we're going to issue an amber weather warning just for this area, just while the rush hour is taking place. And then also about 4 p.m, this whole area will be under an amber, and also at 3 a.m, we're going to expand the yellow wind warning there. Don't understand why his website does it. And then that is it. Oh, don't be like that. Oh. Oh, I give up. I can't be asked to deal with it. Rain. Rain, rain, rain. The big storm doesn't get included in the 1 hour forecasts, but this will just give a rough idea of what we're going to expect. Not a lot. So we're going to go to the 3 hours. there is just not a lot of rain. Until our lovely storm arrives. So from Sunday the 17th of November, we will be issuing some rain warnings. Yay. Rain is the deadliest thing, and also some snow warnings, potentially. So Sunday the 17th of November, nothing crazy until about 3 p.m. when the first band of rain hits. No weather warnings yet. Definitely not any weather warnings yet. We are looking at around 4.5 mil in 3 hours. Nothing crazy there. 5 mil in 3 hours. Then we do get some heavier rainfalls. Potentially, you could see a yellow weather warning here from around midnight, Monday, 18th November 2024. Definitely some yellows from that same time in this area. And then at 6 a.m, we do expand that yellow just to cover there. Yellow rain warning for yellow rain and snow warning. And then we kind of just have to go yellow rain and snow warning because the systems are moving so quick you can't isolate areas. And then at around 3 p.m. same day, we kind of just have to go yellow. 10 mil in a few hours just isn't a lot, but it's the persistent rain and snow mixed with the wind. Down here, no reason at all. It's just really your mountainous areas, the highlands, which are going to get the rain, and then that yellow kind of stays in force up here. I don't think you'll need anything down there. And then it's from about 6 a.m. Tuesday the 19th, it does start spreading south, and then it kind of leaves the UK, and weather warnings for that can all be cleared at 6 p.m. Tuesday 19th. That shouldn't really do it. There might be some intense downpours, but nothing crazy. There is a lot of snow starting to make its way down over the Atlantic, as you can see. A lot of snow. They are expecting a very, very, very snowy year. A lot of thunderstorms. So potentially in that rain and snow warning, we're also going to introduce a yellow thunderstorm warning. And then we've got another storm that comes quite close because the winds are to the south and the rain is always to the north. But Thursday the 21st of November, 3 p.m, potentially looking at some yellow rain and snow warnings in this area here. Also maybe some fog warnings. So yeah, nothing too bad. But you never know. As you go overnight, you do, for example, here, should be some snow, yeah, up to 2-3 centimeters of snow, freezing rain, fog. So potentially we get some weather warnings for that, but we might issue some yellows for that. Where did we go? How did we end up in Australia? Then we got this band of lovely looking weather. It's a Friday. Will it come overnight? Or will it get stuck? It looks like it's just going to get stuck. If it carries on moving this slow, we'll have to issue some pretty significant weather warnings. Yeah, we're going to have to issue some pretty weather warnings. Monday, it's Sunday. Oh, Sunday, that ain't good. It's not as bad as Monday, but Sunday, the 24th of November, midday, yellow weather warning issued for these areas here for rain. By 3 p.m, yellow weather warnings expanded to this area. And then by 6 p.m, same day, we've just got it. It's expanding a little bit further north. Basically, where you see the lighter colours, I'll just tell you with time that's what's happening. You got some pretty dense fog, so definitely some fog warnings as well. Some snow warnings, rain warnings, sleet warnings, ice warnings, probably cold temperature warnings if it gets that. If we're getting snow at 9 o'clock. 15 mil of rain in 3 hours, 5 mil an hour. You're getting a little bit, it's persistent, potentially starting to see some amber rain warnings creeping in here. But like I said, as you see that band move, that's where the weather warning will be travelling. So we're at 3 a.m, Monday the 25th of November. And then, basically from like 6 a.m, that is all under a yellow, with this area under an amber. and that's for rain, sleet, snow, fog, freezing rain, and that's from 6 AM Monday the 25th of November. That then moves away at around midday, 3 PM time to this area. That's all under an amber with the just small outer bands under the yellow. And then it all dissipates by midnight going into the 26th, ready for our next band of wet, windy weather. And again, same old story. Freya, midnight, 26th, yellow wind, it's a yellow rain warning. Probably a bit of snow, fog, sleet, freezing rain in there as well. And as that yellow band moves up, all of that's under a yellow. So if you just imagine that yellow weather warning creeping up, we're at 9 AM, midday, 3 PM. The potential for some ambers is low, but could be. The only reason they issued ambers in here is because it was quite slow moving, and time of day as well. You can just see that band. We've just gone into that the next day, 27th. That was at midnight. We're still under those yellow weather warnings in the areas of that level of rain, and it's still going this midday. And then really, as soon as that band, that's as far as forecast goes, 28th. So really, like I said, as those yellow bands move up, unless I state it's amber, just imagine the weather warning travelling along with it. So yeah, that is that. Air pressure, the storm for next Tuesday is a deep one. We've got 975 there, but we're going to have a little look. So the storms actually forms. It's probably that one up there. Yes. No. Yes, it is. That's a good guess. Let's see how deep it gets. 972, 967, 963, 960, 959. What's the wind speed's going to be over there? Oh, pretty much nothing. What's the precipitation? Pretty much nothing. It loses all that. But over the North Sea, it's going to be very, very stormy. Any other storms in the world? Just a few. Not much you got a weather front. That's quite rare down. That's like really rare, actually. Like incredibly rare for this area. To have a weather front. Like incredibly rare. So that will prove interesting. But I don't think there's actually meant to be any. Oh, there is 19L. What will actually form? Nah, it just dissipates. There we are. That is the forecast. Get back onto our great day. Just get this into a good position. Get it into the worst of the storm. Oh, don't be like that. Just ignore my anger at it. Just trying to get it into a good spot so I can screenshot it. There we are. Winds up to 110 miles an hour. Oh, I moved that camera a little bit, didn't I? Up to 110 miles an hour. Inland up to 90, which is why we've issued quite a few reds. I kind of want something down in the southwest a bit more than just like 80, 85, which we ever do get. But like I said, when I get closer to that date, probably Sunday night, I will upgrade, degrade, reissue, unissue, issue. You know, anything could happen. The Met Office will have to cover this storm any day. Yeah, I'm just going to take a quick look at my forecast, and I will show anything if it's interesting. This is what I don't get about the Met Office. So the same date, Tuesday the 19th, and this one is Tuesday the 19th, and yeah, the peak of the storm, 6 AM, where the majority of the UK should be under 60, 70 mile an hour winds, so make sure that is under the miles an hour. Yes, it is under miles an hour, and this is also under miles an hour, and the Met Office is predicting 35, 38, 40, 42. What's that about? Got 50 in the English Channel. Don't know what that's about. In my area, they've got it as 41. How does that work? How can these forecasters get it so different? I don't understand. I hope this is right, otherwise this video is pretty pointless, but 962. Lots of thunderstorms, like I was saying. Very unstable system. Let's look at all the different air takes. You've got intakes from the north, you've got intakes. You've got north, you've got south, southerly, you've got southwesterly, you've got westerly. You've got some east, northeast, southeast. Usually these storms have two, the main intake. Well, most of these intakes are going to the heart of the storm, which is probably why it starts to collapse, to be honest. What a big storm. Wow. What's the continuous wind speeds going to look like? That is a great question. Oh. 60 mile an hour continuous, 45 continuous, 55 continuous, 63 continuous, 67 continuous, 66 continuous. So quite a powerful one. Quite a powerful one indeed. Quite a lot of 60s, 70 continuous in there. Ooh. That's quite a storm. What's the feel like temperature? Oh, I knew it'd be low. -8. Oh. -9, probably -10 in there, I'd expect. -11. Deep freeze. What's the actual temperature? -1. And we've got at the same time all of that precipitation. Wow. 10 centimeters of snow. This is a big storm. Plus the wind speed of at that moment in time. 70, 80 mile an hour. This is the blizzard I was talking about. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.